What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we're talking about Solana as its price is finally starting to make the move that we've been talking about for the last couple days, and while this is going to be a huge deciding factor for what the future looks like. So let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into today's video. So looking at Solana here, you know that we've been tracking this $15 level for about 2 weeks now, roughly. I told you guys as we did come down to put in this low and then bounce low and then start to look to go sideways, that it wouldn't surprise me at all that if we get rejected off of 15 here, that we would come back down towards some of these lows that we put in and then look to put in something of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We see this pattern oftentimes whenever we do see some type of black swan event in which something crazy happens that forces the price down. We start to get this recovery pattern a good bit when people are again starting to get more excited or a little more optimistic about what the future of that black swan event holds. Personally, I think this is a little premature. I think that we do not know what's going to happen to that massive Solana position that Alameda Research has, and so because of that, I'm being very wary and not putting in too much money into Solana right now, but people are getting excited about it, and so we can see the result of that as the price has climbed up back to 14. Now, don't forget, I mean, this thing did see as low as $10.90, so it's up about 27% from bottom to top, but of course, there is still a lot of room to go, okay? So, looking at this thing now, though, we are again making a move back up towards $15, and it is starting to show that it looks like we may reach this level, but it is going to be extremely important to wait for this level to be broken and to hold, because if it does not, the rejection off of this could be quite substantial all the way back down into these lower 12 levels. Now, the first thing we're going to look at to try to get an understanding of how this could go is just our VRVP. And whenever we look at this, it gives us a bit of a clear picture here of what to expect, okay? So whenever you look at the VRVP, what you're looking at right here is going to be just a range of volumes, okay? I'm not going to get into deep about it, but it's just based off of levels of significance, based off of the amount of volume that's been traded around that level. And what we typically see is that these big spikes in volume kind of act like your hills, and these falls in volumes act like your valley, and your price is a ball that's rolling around this thing, okay? Obviously, as we approach a hill, it's going to be hard to go up it, but once you go up it, it's usually going to roll right down that hill, and it works the other way, right? Once you climb up a hill, likelihood is you're going to roll right down it, okay? And so it kind of acts like a bit of a gauge of where we could see the price work to. What you can see is that Solana has been making a lot of progress to get on this hill. This has not been an easy battle. You can see as we have been creating a load of volume right here and we are getting stuck right here, it just goes to show that this has been a point of struggle, and this has been a point in which we need to be able to clear and remain above because we're not capable of getting over this hill just yet. So right now from Solana, you can see though that once we're capable of breaking that like $15.10 area and start to get back into this little valley, we could be in a position to finally make some upward progress and start retesting the $18-ish level, which coincides beautifully with this point of resistance that we saw back here. On the other hand, if we do start to roll and we really start to see a bit of a fall here and we start to come back down below $12.91 or around this $13-ish area where we've been holding the support and created this little bounce right here, then we very well could start to roll all the way back down to these lower 12-ish areas, and at that point we could be in a big position to see a continuation back to the downside, obviously getting real bad if we're able to lose 1171, because at that point we would be then in a bit of a free fall back towards what I believe to be around $9. So yeah, I am saying it can go up. I am saying it can go down. But technical analysis isn't about being right. It's about being prepared. So how do we prepare for this? Well, personally speaking, I'm looking at this thing and saying, all right, well, I'm not going to do anything too crazy until I see this interaction at 15. What's going to happen is that we're either going to hit $15 and then we're going to decide if we're going to break it and hold it. If we break it and hold it, then we're in a great position to come retest to the top side. Do I think on a macro sense there is a reason for Solana to see a gain like that? No, not really, but it's the crypto market. You never know what's going to happen, and there is a possibility if we're capable of flipping this $15 level as support. You can see here that we would have a breakout target off of this inverse head and shoulders all the way back up towards about $20, about $21.25, okay? So that could very well be a gain of anywhere around, 40 to 30%. Again, do I think that should happen with everything going on? No, not necessarily, but it very well could happen, and so I am prepared for it. Now, in an event in which we do either get up here and get rejected or we simply just start to crash at this given point, again, my whole thing is I'm looking at this about $13.20 level. If we start getting 4-hour closes below it, I would start to anticipate a pull all the way back down towards like the $11 $11.50 to $11.75 area, which from that point would be a fall of anywhere of around 13 to 14% back to the downside. So obviously you could take on a short trade here if you would like. Definitely be careful shorting right now, considering the fact that in this market can just rocket launch in any direction based off of any news. But I don't think it's a terrible idea for a little short trade if we do start getting 4-hour closes below 13.20, and I don't think it's a bad idea for a little long trade on a close above $15.10, especially once we are able to back test it and flip this previous point of resistance into support. Now, I am doing all of my trading at this point over on BitGet. You guys know I did announce yesterday that they have released their Merkle Tree Proof of Reserves system, in which we can see that they are holding our assets 1-to-1 in their reserves, which is absolutely amazing. That is what we need, especially in a time where FTX is struggling right now. And so any of you who do sign up with the link down below, if you deposit $500, you'll get $50 back. And if you deposit $1,000, you will get $100 back. It's the best deposit bonus right now on the internet, and so it is something you should check out, and let me know what you think about it down in the comments down below. But with that said, that's going to be about it for today's update. Make sure you are prepared for what this market is about to do. We're getting boring, we're getting quiet, we're getting sleepy, and that's usually when the big moves happen. So make sure you're prepared for it and you have your head on a swivel, because the move is going to happen quick. So with that said, if you did enjoy today's video, you can always let me know simply by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all next time. Peace.